So, yes, we're gonna do 20 question and answers with your blonde bombshell. And it's always my fun time when I get to do these with you because it's such a pleasure to read some of these wonderful questions you all come up with, which are every day it's something eye opening, something fun, and something different. At least I hope that's the vibe that you're all getting because I feel like sometimes the questions that you ask, um, I try not to make anything repetitive, but if it is, I do apologize. We're going to do question and answer. This is a big one, actually. 40. We're getting close and closer to my age. Oh my gosh. It's okay, though. I'm a big girl. I can take it. So, question number one. What CD do you listen to the most and why? Well, one of the CDs that I love to listen to the most would be Easton Corbin. It's About to Get Real. Also, Chris Young. Anything Chris Young, I can put that in anytime. George Strait. I don't always know the name of the CDs anymore. I usually do well to know the name of the songs. But those are... Why do I listen to them? Because they're the best. Duh. Do you support TV and radio public broadcasting? Absolutely. I do not have Hulu, any of these fancy things, Netflix, or any of those that are done over the internet. I've never experienced any of those. I've never had an Amazon Prime account. Just haven't. And I think that we need to have a lot of more tradition in our ways because we don't really understand the ways of the old without appreciating them. And I think that's what we need to do. We need to appreciate more. Where do you shop the most? I'm a thrift store shopper. You go through credit card counseling and you're like going, okay, how can I cut corners to make life meet on my budget? And they literally had to show me ways to do that, which I'm grateful for. And now I know that I can live doing thrift store shopping and be okay with it. It doesn't have to be name brand. I can get by on things that are not name brand and be okay. It may not be the style, but you know what? It's not about what's in style. It's about who's going to pay my bill, and that's me. So that's how I budget. How do you organize your photos? Anymore, I don't use my camera, which I adore. I still have one, yes. It's digital, but I usually rely on my phone. And I still adore my camera, nothing wrong with it, but I love my phone. So it's fairly easy when you use your phone because then you have apps to do it for you, like Snapchat and Instagram and Facebook. So, yeah, it's kind of fun. Has a song ever hijacked your brain? That's cute. Yes, there's been times where a song has hijacked my brain, I won't lie. Where it gets stuck in your brain and you're like thinking of the song over and over again all the time. It happens to me. I'm one of those. I can be sitting at my job and in my head I'm hearing, operator, operator, would you be so kind as to reconnect this number? I just spent my last dime. He's got my heart on hold and my love is on the line. Eddie Raven, operator, operator. You got to check it out. Do you still write letters? That is a big fat yes. In fact, with Grandpa's party, which I've tried to be I'm trying to surprise him, but it's hard to do. I try word of mouth, but for those who don't always hear word of mouth, I only do it for two people. And Kurt down the street does not have Facebook, and he's known our family forever and went to school with my mom, Kurt Grissom. And our mail girl, which she is a doll, Lauren, and I told her about Grandpa's thing on Saturday, so I've written out 2 handwritten invitations. They are the only hand invitations I will write out. Everybody else has got to have Facebook, know my mom or me, and it's going to be a fun time. So We're hoping for the best. We're hoping that he has a wonderful birthday, but we're just going to make the best of whatever it is. We know that one of his birthday requests is already fulfilled because he wanted to go see Whisper and Bill Anderson, and wanted all of the family to go that could go. So me, my mom, and Mackenzie are going. I bought these fan club lanyards for everybody. And hopefully we can get him backstage to get some pictures with Bill. That's the main thing this year. And make sure that they're good pictures. Unfortunately, when we went to Windsor last year to see Bill, Grandma's face was halfway cut off, and now we've lost Grandma. There's no way to do another picture, and it's unfortunate. What song instantly makes you happy? If it's a good country music song, take Easton Corbin singing "A Girl Like You." Every time I hear that song, it's upbeat, it's happy, and it gets me going. And I want that on CD. I cannot say that enough. Also, if I hear something from the 90s, it just lights me up from the inside out, because it's like, oh, that's my childhood. I don't know if y'all go through that or not, but I definitely do. What do you do with books that you've already read? If they are a romance western novel, which is most of my books, I share them. There's a lady that I worked with, and Wanda, and I always make sure that after I read them, I collect a great big bag and then give them to her, which I'm on the road. I think I've got one book in there. I'm working on the second book that I've read lately, but I got to see her last week and give her a bunch of books, and that was a good thing. If you wrote a book, who would you dedicate it to? I would probably write a book about my life, which would be a page turner, and I would dedicate it to my family, probably, and my late animal, Kobe, which was a Shetland sheepdog that left this earth too soon. What song could you sing in front of a group? Oh boy, put me on the moment here, huh? If I was forced to sing in front of a group, I would probably do my best to sing, "Well, you're nobody called today. She hung up when I asked her name. Well, I wonder, does she think she's being clever? You say nobody's after you. The fact is what you say is true, but I can love you like nobody can. Even better." What front row seat would you like to have for a singer or musical group? I can do this one hands down. For somebody I've never got to see, had birthday tickets for, never got to meet, it would have to be Lee Brice. I just love that man. He sings one of my all-time favorite songs, "I don't dance, but here I am, spinning you round and round in circles." Also, "Woman Like You," which I always say is about me. I wish. And, of course, and he sings another song, which I believe he wrote, "Crazy girl, don't you know that I love you? I wouldn't dream of going nowhere." I always say that's about me, but this next song is definitely about me. "Don't believe everything you think." Because I tend to jump to conclusions an awful lot, just saying. And, of course, his song, "Rumor." I love that, too. Have you ever been in a parade? Absolutely. I was in the JROTC, so I marched in that. I was in the Girl Scouts. I was in softball, basketball growing up, so in grade school levels. So, yes, I was in the parades. Would you rather be on the cover of Time or People magazine? Time is too boring. I think I would be on People for interesting, upbeat personality and a helpful, thoughtful blonde. What is something you do to relax? Lately, something I do to relax is spending time outdoors, watering my flowers, my tomato plants. And I just today, on my day off, went outside and reconstructed my seashell garden, which I hope, I can't even talk tonight, which I hope stays nice and intact, but I'm prepared if it doesn't. Hopefully it does, though. Would you like to be on a talk show? I don't see why not. I am so energetic in personality. I have what it takes. But I would hope it wouldn't be one of those shows where they bring you on and then, like, this is your life. No, thank you. If you had 2 hours to waste on anything, what would you do? It depends on time of day. If it's during the day, then I'm probably going to be outside, and the weather's nice too. Right now we've got a summer project going on, which is scraping the front porch so we can repaint it. So that would probably be what I would be doing. If it's at nighttime, I'm either here on YouTube or downstairs working out. What movie soundtracks do you own? There was a killer movie called Maverick, which if you have never seen it, it has Mel Gibson in it and the late James Garner. I suggest you check it out. It was a wonderful country music CD to own, and I'm proud to own that one. 8 Seconds. I know I own that music soundtrack somewhere in this house. Those are about the only 2 that I can think of. I've always wanted Urban Cowboy, but I never got it. So I own Pure Country. Duh, Donna. So there's 3 that I do own. Do you go on roller coaster at the amusement parks? When I was a little kid, I want to say about 6 or 7, I was talked to going on my first kiddie roller coaster, and that pretty much did it for me because I got sick afterwards. And no, I've never went on another roller coaster since. It's kind of ex-nate on that. Have you ever reread books? If so, what is the criteria for you doing so? Yes, I've reread books. Sometimes when I did not have another book available, so I would reread the same book, or if it was just one of those amazing books you just cannot get enough of, which I've had those situations. I have read Unleashing Mr. Darcy at least 3 times because it is just, to me, it's a little bit more passionate than the movie. And I do love the movie that Hallmark Channel put out. Don't let me get me wrong, because I read on Twitter the other day about how this lady was like going, well, the second movie was so dull. Doesn't she realize that if you give negative feedback, you probably won't get a third movie? Okay? No matter if it was a little dull or a little exciting, you have to give positive feedback in order to get a third movie or a TV series. And it has to be enough of us Darcy fans in order to get that train going. And I'm hoping that we can get that train going. It seems a little slow this year. So hopefully we can get another either Darcy movie or TV series. Hear us Darcy fans, Hallmark. Okay, next. How would you rate your karaoke singing ability? 1 to 10. Oh, good gravy. I'm not perfect. Nobody is. So I'm definitely not a 10. I would say I'm probably about a 6 on singing. So that's middle of the road, a little bit better than, and a little bit not so great. So it's middle of the road. That completes 20 questions with your blonde bombshell, as usual. I think that was a good 20 questions for number 40 that we had to do. I'm going back to work for the next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 days. I don't know how often these will be, but it's always so much fun coming with you all and doing these videos, and I look forward to them, actually. So thank you for the questions. Thank you for those relationship questions and answers. As I said, I didn't do all of them this weekend, but you know what? We've got time. It's okay. We're not pressured on it. We're doing good. And back to Grandpa's thing. Remember, June 23rd, Peterson Park, the east side of the pavilion. The setup time, if anybody would like to help, is at noon. I'm cooking. Yours truly. We are eating at 1. And if you can come, bring a side dish. And we have to be out of there by 6 p.m. So I'm ending it at 5. So I have an hour to clean up and get out of there. If it's too hot, we probably will end before 5. If we don't have a big crowd, we'll probably end before 5 too. We are going to have door prizes, so that's something to make note of. We're going to play this game, How Well Do You Know Wayne? And stay attuned on my Facebook. If I've been throwing out little hints here and there about some of the questions and answers that we're going to have there. So that will help you win a door prize. If you're coming, you do have to bring a dish. You have to run it by me or my mom. Please message one of us. It's very vital. That way we can have enough meat, plan accordingly, not spend too much money, and keep it all within a budget. I appreciate that as well. And if you want to send him a card by snail mail, that's wonderful. Go right ahead. Wayne McDowell, 901 South 15th Street, Mattoon, Mattoon, Illinois, 61938. He will be 96 on June 23rd. Very important to keep that information in hand. Okay, well, that ends this video. I may sing for you next because I see the time is doing A-OK, which is great. I'm usually not ahead this much, so that's a good thing. So stay tuned.